Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's book. I also have a special friend with me today. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sammy, and you might have heard of me from the last couple videos I've been in. So let's get into this book.
Sure, and the title of the book is
First Grade Stinks
by Mary Ann Rodman, illustrated by Beth Spiegel. Let's get into the book. It's for Coach B, Miss Everett, and Miss Seibler, whose classes never stink. And to Diane, Mark, and Marcia, thanks for the decades of laughs and moral support. We rock.
First day, first grade. I sing, can't wait. We are big kids now. Hailey says my friend Ryan as we get off the bus. Little kid stands at the school door holding their parents' hand. Not Ryan and me. We walk into school all by ourselves.
Hi, Miss Lacey, we called to our teacher from last year. Hello, Hailey and Ryan. Miss Lacey's shirt is the color of daffodils. Her sneakers match. Inside her room, the dragon kite still hangs from the ceiling. Cutouts of leaves cover the walls. Kindergartners push through the doors. Kindergartens don't know how to act. I say, poor little kindergartners. Ryan says, we first graders know how to act.
We find our new worm. Our teacher's shirt is the color of dead leaves. She wears ugly brown sandals. Good morning, she says. My name's Miss Gray. Find the desk with your name on it. She gives us a tiny smile, not a sunny morning smile like Miss Lacey's.
The room does not look like Miss Lacey's. Nothing hangs from the ceiling. Nothing on the walls. Just the alphabet letters over the chalkboard. No kite. No colors.
No fun.
Miss Gray calls the roll.
We stand by our chairs and say who we are and what we like best.
Then Miss Gray says, time to write our A's and B's. Sasha raises her hand. We had share time in kindergarten. Miss Gray shakes her head. We are too busy for share time right now. Ryan, please hand out the writing paper. How do you think those kids are feeling?
Sad.
Maybe a little sad, hey?
No fair. Miss Lacey always lets me hand out the paper. No share time. No dragon kite. No smiley teacher in a daffodil shirt. First grade stinks.
Writing is very hard work. I am ready for recess. But when the kindergarten kids march by our door on their way to first recess, Miss Gray says, time for art. She passes around crayons and paper. I raise my hand. Isn't it time for recess? Well, in first grade, we only have one recess, says Miss Gray. I like art, but I'd rather have recess. How many recesses do you get?
I got 2.
2, so you get more than her.
Which is pretty sad for her that she doesn't get as much.
Yeah, for sure.
Fresh air. Like, you need fresh air to breathe.
You do. Miss Gray looks at her pictures. Hailey, what an interesting sky, she says, but not like she means it. I like orange skies, so did Miss Lacey.
Mrs. Gray hangs Curly's picture in front of the
Miss Gray hangs Kurt's picture
in front of the chalkboard. His sky is blue. I want to throw my crayons at Kurt.
Uh-oh. Sounds a little angry. First grade stinks, I tell Ryan at recess. He blinks. I like first grade. Ugh, I want to pinch Ryan. After recess, rewrite some more. Hailey.
Hailey, here's your A and B's. We are not the same size, says Mrs. Gray. Write them again, please. I look at Ryan's letters. They're exactly the ones over the chalkboard. Eyes on your work. Eyes on your own work, Hailey, warns Mrs. Gray. First grade stinks.
Uh-oh.
Stinky proper.
We go to lunch. There is only vanilla ice cream, no chocolate. The kindergartner kids ate all the chocolate, says the lunchroom lady. I hate vanilla. Even lunch stinks. Back in our room, Miss Gray says, it's story time. Erica raises her hand. What about nap time? In kindergarten, we had naps after lunch.
Oh no, I hate nap time. First graders don't take naps, says Mrs. Gray. No nap time, maybe first grade doesn't always stink.
So maybe she's seen a different side now. Miss Gray reads a story about a boy and his dog. They are lost and it's dark, and then Miss Gray closes the book. That's all for today. Time for math. What happens to the dog, the boy and his dog? No fair.
Last year, Miss Lacey wrote us the whole book with lots of pictures in one day. Binky Bug was my favorite. In first grade, even the stories stink.
Can we go back to Miss Lacey? I whisper to Ryan. Hailey, no whispering, says Miss Gray.
I can't stand it one more minute.
First grade stinks. She doesn't seem too happy. The room is very, very quiet. Miss Gray comes to my desk. She looks very, very tall. You're in trouble now, says Ryan. I wish Ryan would dry up and blow away. Miss Gray kneels beside me. What's wrong, Hailey? Writing is hard, and there's only one recess, and the stories don't end right, I say. First grade stinks. Miss Gray smiles. It's a nice smile. That's not the end of the story, she says. Just the end of the chapter. Bigger books in grade 1.
What is a chapter, I ask. It's a part of a story. I'll read a chapter tomorrow and a chapter the next day. It might take a week to finish the story.
Miss Lacey read Binky Bug all in one day, I tell her. Miss Gray smiles again. In first grade, we read books with chapters. Soon, you'll be able to read them yourself. Really? I say. All by myself? Happiness whooshes inside me. Miss Gray nods. That's why we work so hard. It's a lot to remember, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is, hey? Once upon a time, a boy and his dog.
I smiled really big. My heart glows like an orange sky. Mrs. Gray doesn't look like Mrs. Lacey or act like Mrs. Lacey, but she knows how I feel, just like Mrs. Lacey.
I can teach her to like orange skies. Poor kindergartners. They can't read. They take naps. Their books don't have chapters. Kindergarten stinks.
Yay. I'm in grade 1 too.
Yeah. First grade is great. All right. So we saw that she wasn't liking grade 1 very much. How come?
Because everything she didn't like happened in grade 1.
Right. She had to work a little bit more. She had to listen to books with chapters. She only got how many recesses?
1.
Oh my goodness. So it was a big change, right?
Yeah, but at the end, she changed her mind and she said kindergarten stinks because they take naps.
Right. So sometimes change is hard. And when we change and do something new, we might think, oh man, I don't like this, but you got to give it a shot, right?
That's what I did in kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
But now my teacher says we're too big for naps.
Absolutely.
And I think maybe this might change a little bit, maybe to like only 1 recess, but right now I only have 2 recesses.
Pretty good. Well, thank you everybody for listening to this book, First Grade Stinks. And as we saw, she was able to get through it. She was able to see that her teacher does care about her. She does love her. Sometimes change can feel a little tricky. So,
and make sure to like this video, and I hope you see us in another SE Learning Station book. Please subscribe. Bye.
Thanks everybody. Bye.